Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we're going to do something a little different. What I've got going on here is a friend of mine brought me a bunch of brand new hard drives, and this is the Western Digital 500 gig hard drive. Alright, he not only brought me that one, actually he didn't bring me that one, but he brought me 4 of them identical to it. Alright, he brought me this one, brand new. He brought me this one, brand new, same identical one, same model number. He brought me that one, brand new, same model number. He brought me this one, same model number, brand new. And this one I already had, but I actually think I got that one from him. Brand new. I might have bought that on eBay, I don't know. And then he brought me this Seagate Barracuda. Alright, it's also 500 gig. They're all 500 gig. This one I already had. It's a 320, and it's a Samsung. Well, then I've got another one up there that I had out of another USB enclosure as an external drive that wasn't working, or has bad sectors. Alright, well, these are dead. Every single one of these hard drives, except for one, are brand spanking new 500 gig Western Digital drives with the same exact model number. Alright, when you hook them up, and the model number is, let me give you that, the model number is WD, which is Western Digital, 5000 AAKX. Apple. Don't know what K means. K. And then X for X-ray. Alright. Well, when you hook them up and you go into your BIOS on your computer, your CMOS, it reads no hard drive. So none of these are being recognized by the computer. Now, he bought 5 of these hard drives, and he tested 4 of them, and all 4 of them were no good, and he got to the last one. It worked fine, worked beautiful. So for some reason 4 of these didn't work. Well, we have nothing to lose, and somebody brought an idea to my attention and told me that I should try this. So I'm going to try something that I would never ever would have attempted. We're going to try to bake these things. Well, one of them. If it don't work on one of them, then we're not out of nothing. They're junk anyway, and basically I'm just going to rob the magnets out of them, which is one of these. And they are very strong magnets. So these came out of other hard drives, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them already. You gotta be careful not to get your fingers stuck in them when you're putting 2 of them together, because they will hurt you. So what we're going to do is that we're going to pick a candidate, and we're going to take the main board off of one of them. And I'm going to show you that they won't read, just in case it does read when we're done with this. So I'm going to pan you down here and we're going to show you what we're going to do. So basically what we're going to do is, well, we want to test it first. Let's test it first. Alright, on my gaming machine, I actually have my hard drive, my main drive, in a bay that I can pull my hard drive out anytime I want. So we're going to shut this computer down. You guys see that it's working. We're going to shut this one down. And wouldn't you know, it would have to update. It always updates every single time I need to shut my computer down and would like to do it in a timely fashion. My computer, I'm going to name it Speed Bump, because every time I want to do something I have to wait for or go slow to get it done. Thank God it's only one. I had at one time, it had 200 and some updates it needed to do when I first installed it. So while we wait for this to shut down, once it's shut down, we're going to take my main C drive out, because I only got one hard drive in my gaming machine, and then we're going to put this one in, and then we're going to go to CMOS, and we're going to show you that it says no hard drive. Now, I took this board off already once, and I thought about putting it back on and showing you guys a video. So watch, I probably fixed it. Alright, it is shutting down. Alright, we are shut down. Now we're going to take my main drive out, and we're going to put it in a safe spot, like maybe right there. And then we're going to stick this one in place. And then we're going to hit boot up. So then we're going to go ahead and start hitting our delete button to get into our BIOS. And forgive the mess on my desk. Alright, we are entering setup. And we're going to hit setting, system status, right there. No hard drive present. SATA 1, not present. My CD-ROM in 2 is present, and in the rest of them, there's nothing there. So our CMOS is not reading this drive. So now we get to shut it down, take the drive back out, and we're going to bake it. It will probably melt all the plastic off of it. And we're just going to leave that setting the way it is. Then, put some light on the subject here. So now we're going to take these 4 screws out. Do not do this at home. If you do, you can't blame me because I didn't tell you to do it. Now, the first thing I wanted to do was inspect the board. And upon inspecting the board, I don't see anything obvious. Now I do see right around these contacts right here, they're a little brown, and this side is a little silver. These are your contacts that contacts all this rail right here. So this is where you get your data from your disk, and then it goes through the board, and then you've got the hard drive power right here. Alright, so we're going to take this and put it in the oven. But before we do that, I found some of these things that goes underneath motherboards that mounts this to your computer, and we're just going to put us some stands on it. Just loosely put in there. We only need 3 points. And this is basically just to keep it off of the bottom of the pan. Alright. You don't want to tighten them too tight because you don't want to have a hard time getting it back off. Alright. So we've got stands. The only thing that I'm concerned about is this plastic piece right here. There ain't a whole lot I can do about it because this is all molded together with these brass contacts and stuff. So we're just going to leave it that way, and if it doesn't melt it, cool beans. If it does, we didn't lose nothing. So that way it'll set just like that right there on the pan in the oven. So let's see, let's move this one over here and see if that gets us a better tripod. Now we don't want to put it that way. We want to put the solder joints facing up. Actually, let's get one more and make it 4 point. If I can find another set of these. I don't have very many of these. It's a matter of finding the ones that threads into each other. Alright, here we got another one. Alright, we're going to do 4 point. And yeah, that's a lot better. Alright, so now we're going to take this in to our oven, and I'm going to set the oven for 325. And once it reaches temperature of 325, I'm going to let it go another 10 minutes. And then I'm going to take and turn the oven off, and then I'm going to crack the door just enough to let the temperature out slowly and let this cool down on its own. So let's go see if we can't get this happening. Alright, now we are at the oven, and we've got our pan. We're going to set the pan there. Then we're going to put a piece of aluminum foil on it, just in case something drips on the pan. I don't want anything on my pan. Now I'm only doing this just to test it out. If it doesn't work, I haven't lost anything. Now this, like I said, this is the only thing I'm worried about. I don't know if that will take the heat but I did see somebody do a video card like that, and they do have capacitors with plastic sleeves around them and other plastic stuff. So I'm not sure that's real plastic. I think it's some kind of other stuff. But we're going to try this because these won't come off. So we're just going to set that right in the middle, just like so. And then we're going to slide that in. And then we're going to set our oven to 325. And it's at 100. It's going to be, it's set at 100. And then once it reaches 325, I will set my timer for 10 minutes. And we'll be back when that 10 minutes is up. Alright, we have pulled it out of the oven and it's cooled down, and it didn't melt that at 325 for 10 minutes. So now let's take it in the office, put it back on the hard drive and test it and see if it works. Alright, so now let's take our stands off that we had. And just in case that works, we're going to keep all these together, which I highly doubt that it's going to work, but you never know. If it does, phew, that would be great. If it don't work, we're not out of nothing. They were free, so at least I get magnets out of them. So now, let's stick this back on there. Oh, duh. Gotta put it on the right way. I was trying to put it on upside down. How much will make it bet it don't work? I think I got the wrong size tip. Alright. Now, let's bring you up here. And let's slide her in. And let's try this again. And I'm tapping delete as soon as the auto detect digital input. And I'm going to hit delete and just keep hitting it until it comes up with entering setup. There we go, we're entering setup. Reading right there. Nothing present. No hard drive. So that didn't work. So now, let's exit this. Turn my machine off. Pull that hard drive out. And get ready to start robbing magnets out of it. We're going to put our other hard drive back in. And we're booting to Windows. So now, what we're going to do is, while that's booting, we're going to take this thing apart. And we're going to see if the head is stuck on it. Yes, it's going to void the warranty, but we don't give a shit. Ain't no warranty on it anyway. How do you worry about a warranty on something you got for free? And we get some screws out of the deal. And then we got one more underneath there. And that should be it. Right there's the problem. The head is messed up. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to put this thing back together. And see if it works. If it does, it ain't going to last long because I took it apart. This is supposed to be done in a dust-free room. I am kind of curious to see if that will work. And basically I just put the head back on the disc. Now that might have been the parked area where it's supposed to be, where the head parks. I don't know. I had a plastic thing over there that was about the same thickness as the disc that it went over on. So it's a good possibility that, but it did feel like it was stuck. So we're going to try that one more time. So we're going to shut our computer down here. And we're going to try this one more time. It works off shit. Oh, I'm not supposed to say a bad word, am I? Alright, we are shut down. Taking my hard drive out. And we're going to stick this one back in it. and we're going to hit delete. Of course, I'll know before I get into setup, because before it comes up, it'll read right across there what drives it's reading. See, it didn't come up, so it ain't going to be there. Yep, not present. So, it goes to show you that you can buy brand new stuff on eBay that ain't worth having. So we're going to put my other hard drive back in it and let it boot. Meantime, we're going to show you how we're going to take this thing apart and how you can recycle the stuff out of it. So we're going to take this thing back apart. And we're going to show you how to recycle a bad hard drive. And the good thing about this hard drive is most of it's aluminum, so it can be melted down. And I do need to melt some stuff, because I need to make some stock, flat stock. Yeah, see, it went right back over into its location. Alright, so you got a pad in here that we're going to take off, which is a filter. That's what that is. And see if we can get that screw out of there. Alright, and we'll take that sticker off, and that is, I believe, nope, that's metal. So that's pretty much going to scrap. Alright, then we can take all the rest of these screws out. And we're not worried about saving any of that. And that came out awfully easy. I'm wondering if that wasn't the problem. They probably didn't put it together right. Then we take these two screws out. And then pop that up off of there. And that's a magnet, I believe. Nope, that's just a piece of metal. The magnet's right there. We're not worried about being careful with it. Alright. Yeah, that thing's got some hard spots in it. But I think the head is off of it. And I'll bet you, if I shake it around here a little bit, because it don't look like there's even a head on it. And I don't know what I did with my magnifying glass. I just had it, I thought. Yeah, there's not even a head on it. The head's missing. Yep, the head's missing off that thing. Right there's the problem, and I don't see that head anywhere. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and take this side off. And we're just in recycle mode. Trash. trash. And let's see. I think that's all the screws on that side. I think that's a screw right there. Yep. I never can remember how these come off. They're supposed to just slide right up off of there, and it does. Why wouldn't it come off? Alright, then we got the magnet. If I can get it to stop magnetizing to my screwdriver. Got a bushing. That's pretty much it for that. And then we got a magnet. And you can use these magnets for a lot of things. Now I just stick them things right there. Alright. Now we need a smaller screwdriver. And you got 6 of those, I believe. Alright, you got a ring, and that is aluminum. And we got another plate. Only one plate. Huh. There's only 2 plates on a 500 gig. Alright. And this, I've never been successful at getting these motors out of these things. Never, ever, ever have I been successful at getting them out. I think they're pressed in. Yep. But that's alright. That piece is aluminum too. And when I melt it, the metal will go away out of it. Probably best just to break that out and leave the rest of this. Even that tape right there is aluminum. And then we got another filter. And that's pretty much it. This is just stuck on there. But that's how you take them apart, and that's what was in it. And the only real thing that's worth having is, can't really use that for anything. Decorations maybe. Make some kind of a wind chime out of it, or something that wind flaps around the wind that reflects light. The head ain't really any good. It's pretty much trash, but you can see there's no heads on that. Nowhere. There's not a head one on that. Well, maybe there is. There is on one side, but not on the other side. See, the head fell off of that one. If you notice, that one there's got a black head on it. That one doesn't. So apparently that head has fell off. So that's why it wouldn't work. So every one of those hard drives are that way. So anyway, there we got it. We know that heating him up in the oven for 10 minutes and then letting it cool down didn't work. So now that might have worked with a video card. I have actually seen successful things like that on YouTube. And they did a video card. Of course, his temperatures was a little higher. His was at 385 for 10 minutes. Actually, it was 11 minutes. And the video card worked. He tried a SD card and a video card. The SD card wasn't successful, but the video card was. It was GTX 790 or 750 or something like that. And he was successful, but it's not a permanent fix. You need to just go on and replace it and be done with it, because it's going to die. It's just a temporary fix. Basically all you're doing is heating up all the solder joints so that they'll flow back together where they're supposed to be. If you've got a hairline crack in a solder joint, it'll heat it and flow it back into position, but it's not a permanent fix. So there you go. Bison's test on whether heating up a hard drive motherboard is going to work, and we just seen firsthand that it does not work. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell me what you think. You guys have a good one. Later.